Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó.
I know that.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun ti dé o.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Maiyegun live.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Share the broadcast, invite your friends and tell them that Maiyegun today and once again.
We dey do we are going home. We are going home. The fries going home. Ododowa is going home. Janja we dey do we are going home.
So share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Let us talk about the thieves that are now publicly celebrating their thievery, their criminality, and in fact, their audacity that they want to lead you tonight.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
You know why I'm dancing? When you realize that what people call prophecy
lórí Facebook
is about to come to pass.
lórí YouTube.
For those who thought it was pure hate or dislike for these criminals rather than the expose, facts, they are about to eat their breakfast. I should get you in the mood.
Presido bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé.
Thank you. So good evening to you once again, and then a good afternoon to you, or good morning to you, or top of the moment to all of you from the time or from wherever you're watching from. This is Maiyegun live, and tonight is going to be a two-segment, broadcast or presentation. The first part is to talk about these criminals that are no longer scared. You know, usually, right, Nigeria system protects criminals. They call them VIPs. And most of these criminals, they pretend, to some extent, to hide their crime, including financial crime, money laundering. But since the APC, Egbekegbe, came to power in Nigeria, they have now lowered the bar. So gone were the days when people will tell you that Bakare has integrity. For those of you who wanted to find out what type of integrity that Bakare has, today you have known better. When they told you 7 years ago that Bakare was coming to come and fight thieves, remember? They said the moment Bakare and APC, Egbekegbe, the moment they come to power, all of the thieves in Nigeria will run away. That was what they told you. Unfortunately, the thieves did not run away. They graduated, gained their master's degree from the academy of the APC, Egbekegbe, and they have names. Oh, we know them. We will mention them. When PDP, the people destroying people, when they were in charge, when they were looting and stealing and looting and stealing, and APC, Egbekegbe, led by other thieves, Tinubu and co, said they were coming to rescue you. What they didn't tell you then was that they were coming to legalize corruption. And if you are still among those deceiving themselves, maybe this broadcast may help you a little bit. Because I don't think 80% of the brethren in the temple of truth are ever deceived by these rogues. It is just that the day of reckoning is so near. And to us here, it is just the manifestation of the prophecy, as my brethren would like to put it. 35 people will pay 100 million naira each so that they can succeed Bakare. they are those who have managed to be part of the fleecing team that wrecked Nigeria in the last 7 years. 35 of them, 3.5 billion are being coughed out by people who have no real intention of being presidents, but a political party publicly, proudly collecting 100 million naira from multitude of people just for one single seat, that 34 people are still going to be asked to step down for their consensus anointed candidate. We'll get to that part. But on our own part, we are doing our best, especially on Maiyegun's diary political, right? We are doing our best to lay the facts bare before the people and let you be the judge and decider of what you agree is right. Usually we would have allowed you, after exposing them, telling you the rot and telling us that we cannot continue like this. We would have left you to go and decide what should we do. On that, we have saved you the stress. Break up Nigeria and save lives. That is your alternative, the one you are battling with strongly, because it is so hard to take in. Break Nigeria. Why can't we come together? Why can't we work together and deal with these thieves? Why can't we just, vote another set of people that will just change everything? You are living an illusion, a deluded mind. Trust me, no insult is meant. The system that protects these thieves, that legalized crime, and they choose those they can gaslight and then prosecute for whatever they call a crime, as much as they will be getting away with what they are doing. It is the system, it's not you. Participating in their election is no different from validating the same thing, then turn around to go and pray that maybe God will do something and change it or change their mind, doing the same thing again and again, according to those, to the wise. They said that doing same thing again and again and expecting a different result is no other thing than a symptom of insanity. So we give you the facts. You examine them. You see why it is a futile effort to try to say you want to devise any kind of solution to what Nigeria is without actually uprooting the root cause, which is the forceful amalgamation of nations that are independent on their own before they are forcefully forced together. So gone are the days when they would tell you that they were fighting corruption, because as you are watching right now, corruption has won, and it is the APC that came to legalize it. What did they do? First, the rogues who are currently nesting or hibernating inside the APC, Egbekegbe, feel so untouchable, especially with their loot. Just, I think it was today, I was reading and I was actually watching a clip, and this was Bakare Amosun coming out. He wants to be president, and this time around it's official. Then I was watching another clip and I saw Pastor RUGA, and they said he was meeting with delegates, right? And he was giving them $300 each. I mean, These were supposed to be progressives that should frown against money politics, Abi, but that is no longer the issue. But let's start it from here. When first, because you know the long run is this, yeah? Or in fact, let's start from here, where Amosun told his members in Rock that he wants to be the president, in the National Assembly, that he wants to be the president of Nigeria. But maybe some of you don't know that when I said APC, Egbekegbe, came to legalize crime and criminals have taken over, corruption is now ruling you. And if you continue to listen to the dictates of these rogues, yeah, eventually, you are not different from the people who say are insane, doing same thing again and again and expecting a different result. In fact, there's something I want to add before I introduce you to that clip. I was saying something earlier about options. When people say, okay, now, Maiyegun, if you say this one is not good, that one is not right, this one is this and that, okay, what should we do? I said, we choose one thing. And that one thing is that if people know facts from fiction, if they know truth from falsehood, and they continue to get used to that fact all the time, yeah, then you have them on your side. And then having them on your side at the same time is, requires what is called a huge responsibility, so that you don't become what you condemn. You don't become what they are running away from. On Maiyegun's Diary Politico, we did test something that we are working on right now. After you have known this truth, after you have decided not to be part of this charade, what should you be part of? And that is, you should, if you are a Yoruba man, you should be championing for Yoruba first, Yoruba nation, Yoruba nation, Yoruba nation. Referendum to crush that 1999 constitution. If you intensify campaign on that, yeah, eventually you can turn the table around. Somebody like me believe that. Then another thing is this. If you have the people on your side, like I said, and you have to be careful how you handle that at the same time, yeah? Most of your plans, except the ones that you know are indeed good enough for public consumption. Do you understand that? It simply means the moment you begin to get the attention of the people and they begin to show interest in what you are expecting them to be interested in, yeah, all eyes will be on you. Then you don't jump on social media. Listen to this. So I'm trying to say this to some of us who are passionate about the Yoruba referendum, Yoruba sovereign nation, Yoruba autonomous region, and all of that. Whatever your owner is, I want to tell you this. Yoruba man sọ nǹkankan. Wọ́n ní pé àjẹ́ tó bá máa pa ọmọ, wọn kì í rẹ́jẹ̀ lẹ́nu ẹ̀ o. Kò dìgbà tí a bá ń bọ́ sórí Facebook, orí YouTube, tá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lé ẹnu, bá ṣe máa kó bọn jọ, bá ṣe máa ṣe gbá, bá ṣe máa jáwọn kan ṣe máa sọnù, bá ṣe máa, ó ti yẹ yín sìn. Àjẹ́ tó bá máa pa ọmọ, wọn kì í rí ẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́nu ẹ̀. So if you really know what you are doing and you are indeed tactical about it, there is no point jumping on social media, making inflammatory statements that ordinarily will set you up in case if you don't know. There are those who understand the fact that if people believe you and they believe in your cause and they own the cause as theirs, then that is a problem. And for those who are the gatekeepers in Nigeria, they never miss. The moment they realize that the pendulum is swinging away from them, the ship are moving away from them. So that is the moment you have to be careful. I've had people told me on Maiyegun's diary political few times, what are your people doing to protect themselves? There are enemies, this and that. Listen, somehow, I happen to have a crash course in psychology. Something that has to do with a partial mental health study. There is no fear, right? You agree? And then there is also more fear being created by those who are benefiting from the fear. Now, if you want people on your side genuinely, it is always good to let them know about the danger. It is always very good at the same time to let them know what they can do in that smaller capacity. That's how far you can go if you really mean business. Let me tell you something. There are things I won't tell you on Maiyegun's diary political. Not because you won't know about them sometimes or sometimes later, but they are always better kept the way they are in order to keep the safety of those who are putting all of these things together, including safety, protection, information, and all of that around Nigeria. So I am not somebody who will come here, right, and tell you, or do you think I don't know that if some of you have your way, you will prefer that we keep saying it and then bragging it on this platform, what we can do, what we will do, this and that. I don't want us to be like that. It's so important that we don't be like that, simply because sometimes it is better for you to be underrated until it is too late. And if you will remember very well, if not because of the Boko Haram gang, there is no ethnic nationality or tribe in Nigeria that is superior to any other by any means. Do you know that? There is no tribe or ethnic nationality in any part of Nigeria today that ever had the audacity to cross border down south or anywhere and cause this level of damages, killings, and kidnappings that we are witnessing in southern Nigeria today until Boko Haram came. That did not put the Fulani Futajal on a terrorist. It didn't put them as superior. And that is why I, as the general, the Baba Gio of the Temple of Truth, I know who we are. I know what we are capable of. I know we can defend ourselves. It is not the Fulani terrorists that is ravaging us. It is not the Fulani terrorists that are committing these crimes and getting away with them, right? And it is not because we are powerless or we can't defend ourselves. The reason why it is this loud is because the Boko Haram's government, they are using the instrument of the Nigerian states. Imagine. So if you rise up to say you want to push back a Fulani terrorist from your farms, from your forest, and then you meet the battalion of Nigerian soldiers shooting at you and killing you. So would you say Fulani are more powerful than you? Were there no Fulanis in the corridors of power in Nigeria before Boko Haram came? This one is a jihadist. This one is a terrorist. When we get to the end of their APC, all of the terrorists they brought down to southern Nigeria will disappear. People will defend themselves without noise. And that is why on Maiyegun's diary political, I would rather make my audience, as we have agreed to do, to follow the humanitarian penetration style and keep everything else out of public conversation. Okay? Yorubas will defend ourselves and we will continue to defend our land. Okay? We have something called the cluster security system in Yoruba land. The popular vigilante system that you have across Nigeria today is more grounded in Yoruba land than you can imagine. But if you remove the Fulani federal government of the Fulani government of Nigeria that you have right now, and the influence that they have had now on their military and the rest, once you take that out of there, you will know that Biafrans will defend themselves ordinarily. Yorubas will defend themselves. The people around the Middle Belt will defend themselves. Edo people that are suffering in silence will defend themselves. And they will require nobody's help in doing so. So let's keep that out of our public conversation while we continue to give our support to those who have been rendering their own useful support for our people in the community. So yeah, the criminals who created these problems, for one of them, Bakare Amosun, who became the governor of Ogun State in 2011. And in 2011, he amassed enough wealth that he became the son to Bokwari, political son to Bokwari on the side. Now, political son to Bokwari on the side, he also became somebody you can say what do you call it? The vagabond in the house that has now grown enough wing. And that's like I've told you before, this journey that they are all embarking upon is going to be a self-destructive journey, and you hold them no sympathy. Bakare Amosun, the former governor of Ogun State, the current senator representing Ogun Central senatorial district in Ogun State, yeah, is the same guy that in 2019, when he was rounding up after the war, the battle of the APC in Ogun State, right? He had to hand over 1,000 AK-47 guns, machine guns, and more than 2 million life, what do they call that in bullets? Life round of life or round life of ammunition, whatever it is. Bullet, Sha, you see that bullet, 2 million bullets, over 1,000 AK-47. And meanwhile, he was already under probe for gun running across the border in Ogun State. Some of the illegal guns you will find in the hand of political Oceans in southwest Nigeria, yeah, Bakare Amosun, the man that wants to give you security right now, is one of the henchmen, the godfathers of gun running in Nigeria. I know about that one, and there are evidence out there. So he wrote a letter. Despite the fact that they may want to blame you for Tinubu's failure, don't blame yourself. Nobody should blame you. In fact, you are not responsible for anything, okay? So these guys are those who are going to work completely to neutralize Tinubu and eventually do what they are told to do, okay? So it all started in April when he told his colleagues in the National Assembly.
Letter from distinguished Senator Bakare Amosun, CON, FCA. Our dear Senate President, notification and invitation to the formal declaration to contest for the office of President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria under the All Progressives Congress, APC. I bring the greatest respect that I write to notify you and my distinguished colleagues of my intention to contest for the office of President of our dear country, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and to respectfully invite you and my distinguished colleagues to the formal declaration ceremony. I have been blessed by God to serve as Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria between 2003 and 2007, and as a two-term governor of Ogun State between 2011 and 2019. I've also had the privilege to be elected a second time to the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 2019, where I currently serve the good people of Ogun Central Senatorial District. My varied experience in private and public life has imbued me with the requisite insights, experiences, and network of relationships adequate to provide a leadership that will galvanize our dear country to achieve her manifest destiny as leader in Africa and of the black race. I will be honored with your esteemed presence and that of my distinguished colleagues at the declaration event, which is scheduled as follows. Date, Thursday, 5th May 2022. Time, 11 a.m. Venue, Sheikh Musa Center, CBD, Abuja, FCT. I seek the prayers of all of you for a successful declaration ceremony, victory at the party primaries, and the 2023 presidential election by the grace of God. Please accept the assurance of my highest regard. Yours sincerely, Senator Bakare Amosun, CON, FCA, Ogun Central Senatorial District, Chairman, Senate Committee on Capital Markets. Congratulations, my brother. Petition.
Yeah, that's the Zobo. FCA, PTA, DDD, FRF, you know, those titles, they love that. And without delay, his jingle was out. I mean, it's out too. Let me share that with you.
Amosun, the man of the people, make me feel 2023 now the year, make me support for presidency to make our future better, make me embrace Nigeria will be good, make me believe.
And we'll be green, our future will be greater. Ibikule Amosun for president. He's fit for the job, Mr. Capella. Very courageous, bold and smart. Integrity, personified, tested and trusted. And we'll be green, our future will be greater. Ibikule Amosun for president. He's fit for the job, Mr. Capella. Very courageous, bold and smart. Integrity, personified, tested and trusted.
Yes, the young people are already gathering and all of that. Lori iro ni o. But that's the man that ruled Ogun State for 8 solid years. Met Ogun, that it took over from Benga Bewiri Daniel. And when Benga Bewiri Daniel Ogidiomole was leaving, Ogun State was in debt of 57 billion naira. That was when Irokunle Omamoshi came in, 2011. When he left, Ogun State was indebted to the tune of over 600 billion naira. He was also the man who introduced Kemi Adeosun to your financial ministry in Nigeria. And you know the story. That was the beginning of the BC that Nigeria has now entered, which you can never come out from. The debts that ruined your jobs, ruined your economy, destroyed your naira. The architect of all of that is one of these Irokunle Omamoshi. He got away with all of that, so why won't he come out? He doesn't want to be president. It's not going to be any president. Don't stress yourself. The bottom line is that there is a new scheming going on. For example, I don't know if many of you know this guy. He's one of the Tinubu boys. His name is Solomon Yayi. What's that full name again? Solomon Adewale or something Yayi. Yayi Sha. The Lagos West senator. He is the current senator representing Lagos West. So now he wants to be the governor of Ogun State. Normally he's been trying. He wanted to be the governor in 2015 when Tinubu couldn't penetrate because of Amosun. So they pushed him back. Now in 2023, as part of the scheming, this is part of what brought Ibukunle Amosun to the old scheme. They will self-destruct. So this one want to come now from Lagos West to come and represent Ogun West. Ogun West is the Yewa region of Ogun State. The place where this, I'll show you some people now, okay? The place that have been under attacks of the Fulani terrorists for the past 7 years. Ogun indigenes, Yorubas from Yewa part are now refugees in Pobe. But somehow, this guy have spent a lot to become he's claimed that he's from Yewa, is this or that, even though he's originally from Ekiti. For those who know his story, right? Now, this Yayi got a nomination form from APC, from Yewa people. According to him, they bought him a form to come and be their senator. So that if the current 419, that is the governor of Ogun State, I'm talking about Dubious Dapo, the one that was arrested for credit card fraud in America way back in 1983-84. And he's actually confessed to that anyway. So criminals are in charge. Corruption is dead. So this guy was crying in appreciation that people actually had to buy him a ticket to come and be their senator in 2023 in Ogun State. However, some people now said, well, they know the bobo them. Just same way, Amosun saying he wants to be president. It is also part of a plot. And that's why I said, when they try to blame you, when Tinubu finally fail, which is going to happen in the next 25 days. So when the old swagger enter kosher, I want you to always kind of walk free enough with your shoulder and head high. It is none of your business. This is why. So they are putting people together in order to raise enough money. This is what they are doing, enough money for who they will finally call the candidate. Because according to them, it don't choke already. They don't try to say, may them use consensus in APC, in order to scheme out Tinubu, but Tinubu has enough financial war chest, so much money that they feel like it's probably entered so deep that they also need to get more people on to help decimate him. All of these are for him. So what will happen is this. The Amosun, this one, Bakare, all of these guys, yeah, they are going to then say they are withdrawing for the party leaders nominated candidates, which according to them right now is now hovering between this rubber stamp Senate president and then one other hidden figure as we speak. So the Bakare, ask yourself, where then they get 100 million naira? Hey? So Bakare is a member of APC, Egbekegbe all along. Yeah? And who are the delegates? Where is Bakare's constituency? You know me, I'm from Ogun State. Yeah? Bakare is from Ogun State. Amosun is from Ogun State. Bankole, Dimeji Bankole is also coming out soon. Dimeji Bankole is from Ogun State. Fake Pastor RUGA is now claiming to be from Ogun State. So in this APC, Egbekegbe, those they are putting together to help you cut down your Jaga bandits and others. They are from Ogun State. So where Bakare take get 100 million? I mean, because inside this form that they are all buying, in this whole form they are all buying, there is a portion there, page 18. This page 18 is the page that after they pay 100 million and everybody, they are expecting 35 to 40 people. Are you with me? So if they get that is 4 billion. 4 billion. So Now, 4 billion, party they will have 4 billion to back whoever they want to back, and they will use that money to buy delegates, Abi. But in that form, there is something called withdrawal. After you have paid, before the day of convention or congress, you will just see all of these ones, they will just withdraw. Bakare and Co. They will just withdraw. And they will say they are stepping down for so person. Now there, all of una, Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the humbled slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons. Now that time you go know say, money don't come, oh. Now your money with this. So, because once they say 34 candidates, 34 aspirants, they step down for one person. And Tinubu say, oh, 2 people don't step down for me too now. They say, but 32 people don't step down for this person now. And they have already handed over their delegate to him. What you go come do now? Abi prophecy to yato Pastor Bakare. Fake Pastor Bakare. Tell me waiting I don't know.
Take it to the mountaintop. You have never heard it before. I'm saying it to you this morning. In the scheme of things, as far as politics of Nigeria is concerned, President Muhammadu Buhari is number 15, and yours sincerely, I'm number 16. I've never said that to you before. I never said that to you before. I make it plain this morning. I let you know it this morning. Nothing can change it. In the name of Jesus, he is number 15. I am number 60. To this end was I born, and for this purpose came I into the world. I prepared you for this for more than 30 years. That's why if he wants to run in 2019, I do not oppose. He's still number 15. It's when he steps out that I step in. His assignment is that of Moses to take Nigeria to River Jordan, but he can't cross it. He will take a Joshua to go to the other side and begin to distribute resources to the people of this nation.
Oh yeah, Joshua, Washiri, Bukwari will take it to River Jordan. Bukwari we don't take Nigeria, enter River Ocean, maybe now Ocean Jihadi, not even River Jordan, Ocean Jihadi. That's where Bukwari don't dip Nigeria. Oh yeah, Joshua, Gbera, number 16. We're in Abeokuta, and everywhere. Now like this, we see them.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
That's how we see them. And that is our message to say, that's why we don't believe in anything they say. We don't even want to say, let's give them a benefit of doubt. You are playing yourself if you do that. I want 3.4 billion. That's how much, 3.6 billion. That's how much APC Egbekegbe want to raise. You know what they want to do? So that if Tinubu say, in the mad. You know, Tinubu said, whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. And from what we have been told, they say Tinubu is ready to give each delegate $50,000 for a start. And if they say that's one too small, they are ready to increase it to $100,000 per delegate. It is going to be a money rain. But according to these guys, they also want to make sure that they help him to wreck him. So why should you, as a Yoruba man, be blackmailed emotionally to say it is not good, though? Hey, they have started again, no? They have started. They have started this divide and rule among Yoruba. Oh, why is it that Yoruba's mouth, their mouth, they come together? How come Yorubas, they come together to be united? Which kind of division be this? This one I share issue. If anybody tried that with you, for the sake of peace, just more you go move on. Because if you have to react the way you are going to react, you are likely going to scare them away completely. Issue. They are trying to divide Yoruba people instead of them to come together to come and become president. You and who coming together? Why is it that to come together and be president is more important than to come together and put Yoruba first? And end hunger in Yoruba land. End the darkness in Yoruba land. Improve education, improve healthcare. When did they ever tell you that, oh, we came together to come and build education in Yoruba land, all this way? But when it comes to political office, all this way will be telling you that they, instead of Yoruba to support themselves, this Maiyegun, you are crazy. Are you not a Yoruba man? How the Igbos are supporting themselves. Support themselves to become president with criminals that you know. There is no issue. There is nothing. The only thing that kept you in bondage with them for this long is because you have no real information to help you to understand these people. The people who never call a meeting, emergency meeting, to end the darkness in Yoruba land. The people that never called an emergency meeting to end the Agbero crime in Yoruba land. The people that never came together to put their resources together to build their first-class infrastructure for you in Yoruba land. Now that they are tearing themselves apart on who is going to be who, somebody want to blackmail you and say, are you not a Yoruba man? As a Yoruba man, she ko support ni. Even Tinubu ba ti da, tikini ko ba da, she tala tu fe foju jo, ti o ba si Tinubu, tala abi were wa lórí yín ni aunty. Question ni o mi o ti sọ pé were wa lórí yín, because suppose we were wa lórí yín o. When people talk to you like that, that's the first thing that will come to mind. It is called blackmailing. Are you with me? Blackmailing. The people who never cared for you, the people that told you that their own selfish ambition is more important than the safety, progress, and prosperity of the people in Yoruba land. All of you young people who are going to design posters for them, who are going to organize rallies for them, mobilize this, mobilize that for them. What is your excuse? Because they are Yoruba? Are you so daft to realize that you have no role to play in this thing other than they will use you just to validate every nonsense they are doing, and you will pay the price afterward? Are you that dumb not to think that way? Are you just so blinded by what they are giving to you now, what they promised to give to you? Ask those who have been collecting from them since 1999. Abi, you think you are the only one who is going to get the first political appointment from these rogues? Because you think you are pretending to be pushing Yoruba, you are pretending to be pushing Igbo agenda, Yoruba agenda, Nigeria agenda, unity beggar. You are deceiving yourself. Do you think you are the first person they are going to first make a rep? They've had their reps since 1999. People have had senators since 1999. People have been having governors since 1999. Assembly, councillor, chairman, everything since 1999. So what the hell did they promise you that make you think that you are so smart to think your excuse is that at least is a Yoruba man, at least is an Igbo man, then you are ignoring the obvious pitfalls that you've always been falling into. You ignore that, then you ignore the characters who are presenting themselves, and you are also ignoring the scheme that always reoccur again and again, only for you to burn yourself, despite the fact that some of you think every 4 years you're always kind of smart. You are not smart. People have been given political appointments since 1999. Where are they today? People have been saying they won election, representing their people. I'm speaking for my people. Where are they today? What the hell is Nigeria promising you that some people have not gotten before? Where did that take any one of them? Some of you got those opportunities only to get a leverage to run away from Nigeria. Take your family away from Nigeria. That's most, and every other thing is just pretty much like a turn Nigeria to the scavenging ground. But ask yourselves, what about those who had that yesterday? Some of them, they do taxi driver for America now. They work 9 to 5 in America, in Canada, everywhere else. They were once parading themselves as political appointees. It never ended anywhere. It didn't end well. So what the hell is it that they are promising you that make you think you can blackmail people and say, for the sake of our land? Which land? One Nigeria? So the point is this, right? It is not your fault when they play themselves out. You should only blame yourself if you think maybe something is going to happen. Maybe Maiyegun is wrong. I have never been wrong. You know why? Because I've always been somebody who always wait it out. I let time take care of things. And that is why you will see people, they will say, oh, Maiyegun, you said this so time. Oh, you said this so time. It is, it is because paying attention to detail, right? It's not that you are going to be completely, you're going to be completely free of their schemes and their manipulations here and there, but you are always going to be kind of ahead of them, more prepared, and the effect of their deceit and lies will be having less and less and less effect on you, right? And once you get to that stage, your healing is almost complete. If you ask me, it is almost. So these characters who present themselves here and there again and again that you ignore are the people that some of us feel like if you don't, you are like never going to repeat the same mistake again. So when they play themselves out in no thing, as it's expected, you should be on a safe side as somebody who know or who already knew what will happen. Because this is what will happen from our own source. If they ever, for any reason, push this for another 2 weeks, and the entire people they want to declare to run or to be running to have been like a sort of complete, then you will begin to hear the rumor of the actual candidate of APC, Egbekegbe. And what they did to Tinubu, for those of you who don't know that, Tinubu gambled, and he put all his eggs, political eggs as they say, in one basket, and he gambled with the devil. It's going to go down so hard, right? Now, the plot is that in the next 2 weeks, you are going to begin to have an idea who their candidate is and why. And then you begin to have the clue of those who are going to start speaking up for that candidate of theirs. So in the long run, you will see 32 of them stepping down for their real candidates. Now, if you now push it to their convention or congress, that is where your Tinubu is expected to now say, so there's no point, let's just go forward, the final call. So you see those who have always been like on your mandate, fight for your mandate, stay there, do this, do that. Everybody will have to queue behind the command of the cabal, the Boko Haram's cabal. I know it is something so big to take in. And Tinubu is not going down without a fight. That is why they called their emergency meeting in Lagos tomorrow. All for what? That's where I'm still coming to. All for what? To be president of a tattered country, a tattered nation, indebted, impoverished, terrorized nation. All for what? So, that is when, you realize that he's been boxed to the corner. He can't jump to another party. And that is why they feel like if they can have their emergency meeting tomorrow, maybe they can compel the likes of Amosun, Fayemi, Bakare, and fake Pastor RUGA to please reconsider that the only strength that Boko Haram, that Tinubu has, is the Southwest. If they have decimated Southwest like this, then it is finished. So how can they, how would Tinubu then say it's going to rely on the promises of the Janjaweed northern political rogues? So the whole thing is now complicated. That's why I said Tinubu has two options. One, after meeting Boko Haram, and then at the meeting they are planning for tomorrow, either to just say they have now come out with one consensus Southwest APC candidate, which Tinubu expected these guys to step down for him, so that they can say Tinubu is the candidate consensus aspirant from Southwest. Since we all know why these guys are running, none of them is answering to Tinubu like I told you, then there is going to be a problem. So if they do their meeting tomorrow, if it ever holds, and they refuse to step down for Tinubu, so another thing that will happen is to save Tinubu's face, which is under probability. They will say Tinubu won't do Baba for them, their godfather, and is now stepping down for the young people to go and fight. That move is called saving face. But the way some people said that the way they see Tinubu, it be like fly, greedy fly, where they drink beer with you. Drink beer with you, can't die inside the beer. Get drunk. Some said Tinubu is just like a greedy fly, where they follow dead body enter grave. That it will fight it to last, because according to him, these people are just saboteurs who are trying to stop his lifetime dream. And whatever it takes, he will give it. They have 7,500 or so delegates. 1,500 is expected from Southwest Nigeria. You already have about 7 presidential aspirants from Southwest Nigeria, including Tinubu. Now, if they manage to give Tinubu 500 of the delegates, now the 500 you go battle with 6,000 other delegates from other places, Abi. They say whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. You are about to find out that if it was about money, Abiola will be the president or former president of Nigeria today. You are about to figure out what thing actually killed Abiola, which was because he ignored all the warning. Yoruba first, Yoruba first. He thought he could ride on the back of the tigers of the north, ignore the complete inequality of the system, which marginalized the Yorubas enough as part of those who are suffering from the consequences of one Nigeria, the unitary system of government. He thought he could be their friend since he's a Yoruba man. it will naturally be supported. What happened? He ended in the belly of the deadliest tigers, his own friends. Exactly what some said Tinubu's case will be. So when people try to blame you, because people blame me, they say, you, Maiyegun, and we don't know why you hate Tinubu. Wait till concern me with Tinubu. We don't know all of you are supposed to support Tinubu. Eh? God will shame you. It is not my own, it is not my doing. If Tinubu is going to be your president or not, do you know that I don't even have voter's card? I can't even vote. Sure you get now, sure you get it. You get it. Eh? But for those of you who have that voter's card and you want to go and vote for your Kolu and vote for your road criminals, eventually I get, or should I put it say, like apparently I get affected too. Nigeria happened to me. It happens to those who don't even actually support these rogues. And when that happens, that's why we talk. And since you will do it again and again, yeah, sometimes we realize that it is better to actually save people from committing the suicide of repeating the same mistake again and again. And that's why people like us are talking. Oh, nobody say we hate them. Whatever we say here is not what we make him, or we're not making presidents. What we are saying here is to save our people from being further blackmailed into supporting what is meant to kill them. Once people understand that the system is not for them, the likes of Tinubu and all of his gang of thieves, and then people like them who are holding us down, they will be out of the way, out of relevance, and then maybe people can take back what is rightly theirs. Do you understand? She'll get attention, that I criticize, I talk about Tinubu or not, that you are having sleepless nights because I talk about Tinubu, or that you are masturbating in public, shamelessly doing so as well, defending your oppressors and your own thieves, right? No matter what you feel like, no matter what I say here, they are not what will make your Tinubu president in APC or get rejected in APC. In fact, if you will listen to me, I'm actually helping you to manage your heartbreak so that you won't say, enemy of Tinubu have done this or that. And I'm also trying to stop you from using your unity beggar, unity begging, what do you call it, a mentality to further blackmail people into accepting what is ruining and destroying everyone as what is the way. So that's also why I'm doing what I'm doing. You may call it hate or whatever you want to call it, but it's actually not that. It is called education. You're going to thank me later, even though maybe not now. As they say that life is a teacher, the more you live is the more you learn. Some of you will have to learn again in this old charade. And then every time this whole thing comes back to you, you are going to remember Maiyegun that said, Abiola had a chance. Many of them like that had a chance. Tinubu and co, they have a chance to push what is actually pro-people, which is the one Yoruba first. That is what brought them to prominence. That is what brought them to limelight. That is what brought them this wealth, the greed, the corruption that has enriched them. They got all of this because they identified as Yoruba. Now, forcing one Nigeria down the throat of everyone is the reason why people like us will continue to try and save the people who are going to buy their lies, hook, line, and sinker, who are also going to believe that maybe they have changed. People like myself, Maiyegun's Diary Politico, I am here to tell you that they haven't changed. No matter technique they adopt, these guys are rogues. And as long as they are getting paid, getting rewarded with one Nigeria, they will tell you anything. They will say anything. They will promise anything. They will go everywhere. They will say every goddamn thing to make you believe them. But if you do, right, then you are the Mugu. On my platform, we have done our best to enlighten people enough never to fall victims of their blackmail. So listen, we know where this is going to end. And as much as some of you are not prepared for it, in the camp of the Tinubu, I'm talking about the Lagos Abobakus, those of you who always blame other people for your issue, for your problems, but yourselves, you are always jumping up and down, singing and, doing all of that because of what you are going to gain presently. And when this whole thing comes back to backfire, then you begin to blame other people for your own problems. My job is to always remind you that the election, they say, have consequences, right? And like what you did in 2015, what you did in 2019, and you're about to do again in your 2023 charade, yeah, there will be consequences for this. Ogun State people who possibly participated in change, or maybe they did not participate in change, participated or not, they are now, even though the person who ruled their state for 8 years, the same state is still controlled by APC, Egbe, it's been over a year now. One of those rogues there is talking about security. He's talking about becoming president, but he's not talking about these guys. Make her drink tea. This is one of the reminders that elections have consequences. Indeed, you cannot elect rogues, empower criminals, continue to validate a system that continue to protect the criminals, then turn around and say, God, help us. Oh. These ones are still refugees in Benin Republic. Do you think Amosun will talk about them?
Yeah. Due to that crisis, Fulani crisis that was occurred at our country, that's the reason why we migrated to this place. We are forcefully migrated to this place due to that.
By force.
By force. It's not by willingness.
Women. Oh, man or women. How much are us, man or women?
Only you.
Are dying here.
Both the women and men migrated from that area.
No.
And
how much?
People died.
They say how many people they kill there.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are few many people. But that our many people. Many people have lost their lives. Many people have lost their People are still migrating because of that. Other areas.
What happened?
It's because of the Fulani crisis. Fulani, they are killing the people anyhow.
They are killing the people
anyhow. They will move from any village, from one village to another. They will migrate from one place to another. They just keep people. That's the reason why the people are scared. They move down to
So, and the man who came from there, who will never mention them, who will never talk about them, I bet all of you who are jumping up and down in Ogun State right now, some of you don't even know this happened. Some of you don't even know the situation of these people right now. You are already jumping up and down to elect another set of rogues. They actually send these ones to refugee camps in Benin Republic. And you think some of you will not end up in Benin Republic yourself, or end up in Togo or Ghana and all these places. And they continue to tell you, Nigeria is not at war, but your citizens are refugees. They are refugees in Chad, refugees in Niger, refugees in Cameroon. Can you believe that? Refugees in Benin Republic. But your politicians are not going to talk about that, are they? Of course not. They won't. So talking about Yoruba First. In our capacity of reaching out to the core Yorubas and the rest all over the world, at home and abroad, some of us on Maiyegun General Political and many other platforms like that have devised the means of developing a bit of opening a bit of a communication between our people home and abroad, especially from the diasporans back to the people in Nigeria as we speak. Yorubas deserve to be heard, but these rogues are never interested in that. They are interested in one Nigeria, which is more injurious to us. So on this platform, we have launched a sort of public awareness across Yoruba land, which is also developing. Okay, we've raised funds. We have raised money on Maiyegun General Political. We have spent millions in spreading the peaceful message of why Yorubas should not be part of this charade, validating any election for all these rogues who are going to come back and say, Shebi, we are Yoruba, is Yoruba turn. Let's come together. Even though some of them are also still going to come back to come and use this agitation as their shield. But we have been building a platform where many people all over the world are coming together as Yorubas, right? Promoting different programs. We have started the publicity back in Yoruba land right now. We are going into the stage of humanitarian as well. Humanitarian, approach is also one of our way of warming our messages into the heart of our people in Yoruba land. We already have these highlighted programs that we are going to fund. But there are other people who feel like there is more. We can take every opportunity we have in promoting this Yoruba nation, Yoruba oneness, the uniqueness of the Yoruba people. That Nigeria continue to try to put a veil on, overshadow, and continue to put it as second. Today, the conversation is that who is a Nigerian? What makes you one? And then are you actually a Nigerian or a second-class one in this formation of Nigeria? Or you continue to tell yourself that no Nigerian is greater than one or bigger than one Nigerian or more Nigerian than one another? You are lying to yourself. There are those who knows better. And we are going to use every means to get this across. So tonight, I have with me, before I open my line, I have with me these few guys from Yoruba Nation in the UK, the team who have put together a sort of a program which include sports this time around. It's Conifer. And they are going to be joining me tonight where we're going to talk about this. And possibly we are going to use a little bit of this moment as well to support them. Here is why. I remember, I told somebody who raised this on Maiyegun's Diary Political just a few days ago, bringing it to our attention that there is a team of Yoruba, footballers who have been training and participating in qualification matches for all countries, nations who are campaigning, advocating to have their own countries. Do you get what I mean now? The nations who are currently yet to be independent, right? And they are working to have their own country. So there are many countries like that all over the world that are trying to break away from one bigger, country to another bigger one that they believe represents them more. So that is where this Conifer comes in. I have my guests behind the scene, and I'm going to bring them up in a moment, one after the other. They are going to tell us what this is all about, especially the reason why all of us as Yorubas, from wherever we are all over the world, we should give our support, no matter how little or how big it is. You see, when people come together and say, I've got this idea of how we can promote the Yoruba or the Yoruba-ness in us, it's always good when they bring them to public. We practicalize them, we give them the shot. Nothing is so perfect, but do you know what works so well enough is when people come together to say, we want to do this. I have witnessed this and I've seen the changes this can do when people determine and say, no, we want to do this. That's what we want to do now. So I want to hear from them, and I believe you would like to hear from them too. Most of you have questions about this. I've got them now. Here we go. I have a Mr. Olu, who is going to be joining me. I also have here a lady Adedoyin, and I also have with me, these are Omo Yoruba Tatars who are doing their best to bring the Yoruba Nation campaign advocacy closer, not just to the people back at home, but to the rest of the world. Wherever we put Yoruba Nation or Yoruba Sovereign Nation or Yoruba Republic or Duwa Republic on the map, Just right there, there are those who are well determined and not just all talk, no action. This is one of the moments you can say, yeah, we've passed through the stage of just talking. We have gotten to a stage of doings now. So I've been reading about CONIFA. I was sent a clip when they were doing the seeding of the countries that are going to be participating and all that. I wish I had that here, but I'll probably share that with my friends some other time. So to you, Mr. Olu, how are you, sir? You can unmute because
I'm very good, Mr. Maiyegun General.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir. And the lady, sir. I mean, the lady, ma'am. I have one person here as well, Mr. Fatai Ogunribido. If you can message him to turn on his camera, we can bring him on as well tonight, okay? So it's really good to see you tonight. How are you, lady? How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for having us. I'm a big fan. My mom is a huge fan. She watches you every single time. So thanks for having us. We're really honored to be here. We appreciate you. We appreciate your audience. And we hope we can have a little value and encourage people to join us and support the team. Thank you.
Absolutely. You have all the support you need tonight. And that too, you know, this is an opportunity for us to also know what you are doing and, you know, how much of other things, because apart from this, there are other things you probably are doing and why, but mostly on this CONIFA and why are people should be part of it. Sorry if, okay, what I'm going to do is this. Hang on. Sorry. So I will unmute you, our lady there, okay, before we continue anyway. So yeah, I want people to know what is CONIFA. I'm going to start with Mr. Olu. Let's start with that. What is CONIFA and how is that so useful to us right now as a people using sports primarily? Go on.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Maiyegun, for giving us this opportunity to come to your show to, showcase what the Yoruba people can do, and why people should support us, wholeheartedly. As you all know, we've been registered by our emeritus, Professor Banji Akitoye, with UMPO, the unrepresented people. So CONIFA is also a big organization, a big football organization outside FIFA. So CONIFA is Confederation of Independent Football Association that help nations that are maybe breaking away or already broken away or they're not well known to have football matches together. So and they have different cups. They have the European cups, they have the World Cup, they have the African Cup, they have the Asian Cup. So the Yoruba Nation, the Yoruba Nation Football Federation, we have joined CONIFA. So hence to why we are playing, we are part of the tournament that is coming up soon, this month, 21st of May to the 22nd of May, 2022. So we are part of them, and we are playing the tournament, and we need your support. CONIFA is, it doesn't. We have been shouting, Yoruba Nation to get to the global stage. Joining CONIFA and being part of the CONIFA Cup is a big stage for us as a Yoruba Nation self-determination, and we are very happy to join the team. To join the big tournament, and this is a very big opportunity for us, via social media, via media, to showcase the talent of the Yoruba people. So, last month we had a friendly match with South Sudan. So, as Yoruba Nation football,
some other part of the Confo, right? I love you've told us about CONIFA, you've told us why we are joining, and then I'm going to go to the lady. Sometimes, when you have something that you are doing and you have a lady with you, there is something you are going to be showcasing, and that is the passion of what, showcasing the passion of why you are doing this. I take every organization serious when I see lady amongst them, okay? So especially having or finding it a little bit kind of tedious to put together a team of young people who can actually advocate to propagate this so well as we would love to see. So, Our Lady, you have been part of this, I bet, from the start. And can you tell us, if I can put it that way, in a kind of let me rephrase. Conifer football for the Yoruba nation, to some average people, right? They feel like, why don't we just localize the campaign, right? These sports and all of that, using sports and all of that, right? Locally, why don't we use that more than going international at first, considering the cost effect and all of that stuff? These are things people have asked me personally, but you as a lady convinced enough that no, it's a good thing. I mean, putting this on the global village, putting us in that global village, like Mr. Olu just told us, right? So tell us more in terms of this place.
Thank you so much. I actually just joined like maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So
what's wrong then? Since you're joining, tell me what convinced you that it's actually the right move going forward.
Yes, actually, I'm not a football fan, but I am, not that I'm not a football fan, I don't know much about football. My husband is an Arsenal fan. He loves football. I just walk around when they're playing. But what I am is a Yoruba nationalist. I am 100% for my Yoruba people and to liberate my people out of the suffering that is going on in Nigeria. Okay. So we are always about Yoruba nation and everything. So when I was told about this carnival thing, we saw something was lacking. We saw that money is needed, and we needed big marketing, big sponsorship. And one thing I know how to do, I might not know football, I know how to get money from people. I know how to ask for money and get very good with fundraising. So, and I wanted to be part of this because, one, this is going to be the first time that Yoruba nation is going to be showcased globally. We in Nigeria, it's not even all of us, we know about Yoruba nation. A lot of people they're not concerned, they're not bothered because they're okay. So, but we in the diaspora, by the way, I'm from the United States. You mentioned the people in the UK. We have some people in the United States as well. So, we in the diaspora, it's okay. We in the diaspora are doing a lot. And we know that this is going to be the first time we're going to be seen on a global stage. The first time Yoruba nation is going to be said by people other than Nigerians, other than Yoruba. Nigeria is not even covering us. So imagine now we're in South Africa. And we're being showcased all around the world. This is going to be the first time people will start Googling us. Like, what is this Yoruba nation? What are these people about? We need that recognition. We're not getting it from Nigeria. We will get it with Carnival because our players are great. They are extremely good. Yep. And I saw an advert on their Twitter page. Right. And I heard them say Yoruba nation. And I literally, my heart was beating really fast. I had that nut in my stomach because it was the first time I've heard it from somebody else other than a Nigerian or other than a Yoruba. And it felt like this can really happen. This is real. We are going to get our nation very, very soon. So I'm very excited I actually injected myself into this team because I said, you guys need us. You need the youth. And it's been too long. We are taking over. We are joining forces to make sure it happens. That's why we're doing it nationally and not. We want to think big, and we're going big. You either go big or go home. So we're going big.
I like that. You either go big or go home, and that's why I'm going to go to Elder Fatai Ogunribidosa. You are the brain behind all of this, and I have to commend you, sir. I mean, I've been told a lot. But you are very persistent, and then so far so good. You have now caught the attention of all of us on Maiyegun's Diary Political. So I have heard about why, I have heard about the importance, and here we go. You, the driver of the whole idea, putting together the team and all that. Sir, at this point, if you have one single request which motivated you to champion this, sir, if you have one single request to say the same thing to all the Yorubas watching you right now all over the world and the friends of Yorubas watching you all over the world. That thing that convinced you that this is the right move, can you say it to them now? That one thing. If you have any one single request and say, guys, the reason why I did this is this, and I want you to do this for us, please.
Thank you very much, my darling brother. It's been a long time.
I know.
You've been very elusive, but well, I mean, you are forgiven. Because I can't believe for 6 years I've chased you.
I know.
But well, thanking God that well, we are together now.
You know, finally, I think did we not meet in London? Did somebody approached me in London? And it was about the football as well, but it was so far, so, you know, what have you. But I'm glad we are talking. It was a single text that now made this happen. And it just...
Let me tell you, everything came by God's own inspiration.
I think so.
And I'm not surprised that this is happening. And if I want to take a credit, I'll be deceiving myself. When God has called you for a mission, and let me tell all our viewers.
Yes, sir.
There are so many ways that God wants to, that God may want to use you for a purpose. And what we are doing as Yoruba sovereign nation campaigners, nothing can be more pastoral. Nothing can be more evangelical. Nothing can be more salvaging than what we are doing now. Because we represent a league of spiritually inclined people who have seen beyond. And that is why, if you be following me, I've been on this now for almost 10, 11 years. Yoruba nation. Even so many people have been commenting, how can you, this guy, you are so resilient, you are so, yeah, all the insults, but thank God, at least maybe you know a bit of the way I've been, you know, pushing for this for a very long time. So when the ideal of this Yoruba Nation Federation is coming, you know that it's beyond me. Because when God is driving a cause, He's going to use somebody as a link for that cause.
That's right.
So, and then because it's a thing I've put my mind, I've sacrificed my life for a very long time, this is the reason why if He didn't use me, He will use somebody else. Who am I?
That's right.
The drive has been coming, I don't even know. But when the drive comes and God says, do this, I will do it. When He says, do it, I will do it. So, but it's not me, it's God's inspiration, God's guide, and it's for a purpose. And that is why I want, as you said, I want to actually tell my people tonight, put your mind in this agitation. Know that there is a purpose for what God is doing, using it for this purpose. And I want to see if you, when the time came for Yoruba Nation sovereignty campaign, a stage came when you see one guy called Olayomi Koiki, our white lion. Many people have even forgotten that this guy is a main driving force for this agitation. Even though many of us we were. I mean, he knows I was long ago. I was one of his inspirations. Every time we see, he'll be questioning me about Nigeria. I will tell you Nigeria is fake. Is this so? All of a sudden, you will see this guy in Central London, 5 a.m. every day, up to 10 a.m. He's always there until they caught the attention of everybody.
That's right.
Even though the activities came after we came together initially early in 2020 to drive this this campaign.
Yes, sir.
So it is the main engine during that period of time. Waking up 5 a.m., this guy in the cold will be there showcasing the entire London.
It was everywhere.
So to the extent that even when Igbo was giving the attention, Igbo called Koiki during one of his activities while he was in
Nigeria.
Not from Nigeria.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
So that drive that Yem was having was what actually motivated Igbo. Who are these guys asking for your money? This is my dream. Bass. So everybody has got a part to play. You can imagine how God has been using Yomi. So you can see how God has been using Igboho. And you can see what God has used me for. So this is the reason why this is beyond human, it's beyond human contention, it's beyond human dream. It's God driving those He loves that. These are people that have passion for this. Go for it. For more than 6 years, I've been trying to, even fighting you. I said, what's happening to Maiyegun now? Maiyegun should be talking about Yoruba nation. Why wasting his time? Nigeria is fake. Every time I've reported this to so many people, I said, doesn't pick my phone. He said, I've been wanting to tell Maiyegun over 6 years that Yoruba is what you are wasting your time. They can't be corrected. Why? Because Nigeria is fake. And the entire world knows now that it has got no foundation, no any legal thing that has put that country together. We had the force majeure, which renders the Nigerian constitution useless. Amalgamation ended 2014. The North are practicing their Sharia. So Nigeria is a jungle, no owner. That is why the big world are looting us dry. And I've always told people, all these governors, I'm happy you are passionate about criticizing them. All the governors, all the so-called House members, all the senators,
yes, sir.
They are slave traders. They are trading us.
That's right.
To those who are paying our ransom to them, they don't care. As long as they gain the money, they don't want to know. That is why you can't see a Yoruba person, either a senator or a governor or a House of Reps member, criticizing Buhari because they are killing us like rats in Southwest. What more is going to prove to you that all these people, they are deceiving you? You have no future with them. They are selling you out. Why can't you be sensible to understand? Anyway, that will be maybe when time permits.
I know you are going so more into what drives you.
Let me come back. Let me come back now. Now we are talking about Carnival.
Yes, sir.
Because if I have to drive that, I'll be driving it for another 2 hours and I won't be tired. Because I know
you have to sum it up so that, for time.
God bless you. When we have this vision that Yorubas must exist, you can imagine what happened to Sunday Igboho. A big slap on our leaders, a big slap on Yoruba race, a big slap even on our traditional rulers, who are our fathers. Can you, why would those that actually find the foundation of Yoruba land, those that are imperial in our own political system, those that we adore, that we worship, being brought under ordinary local council? Can you see a Sultan of Sokoto or Emma of Kano coming to Aso Rock to kneel down before Buhari? Buhari that goes to them. What is happening to our home king in Southwest? You see them moving into Aso Rock. You see them shrinking because one Buhari is having ammunition in store and is bullying us, thinking that we are cowards, and our cowardice action is the reason why we can't rise up and say we want Yoruba nation. They know Nigeria does not exist. And they think the only way they can do to make us to, pull back is by bullying us. What they are doing is bullying. The day we rise up and say Yoruba nation must stand is the day the entire world will accept it, because the entire world who are looting our gold and diamond in Yoruba land know that Nigeria does not exist. But they would rather support the power that be. And you cannot have that power to control your own destiny unless you do what? You obtain the power yourself. But would the Fulani give you that power to control your destiny? No, they won't.
You have to take
That's the reason why, and we have said it. How many of us who have been agitating for Yoruba self-determination or Yoruba sovereign campaign, have you ever has killed somebody? Or how many of us have they been arrested that they are having guns? That is the spirit of democracy that we have.
Yes.
We are exceptional. And our kindness, our loyalty, our passion for our fellow human being is what has brought us to this level of near decimation. May God help us.
Amen.
Artists of Fogun Maiyegun General.
Yes, sir.
We won't fight war. We will use what God has given to us to fight this war, and we are going to win it.
That's right.
What you do every day on your program is fighting a war, psychological war, emotional war, spiritual war against these vultures who are sucking our blood every day. Kudos to you, my brother. God bless you more.
Now, thank you, sir. I'm going to go back to Mr. Olu. This is the part where we have to talk about what this is going to take. Okay. So we know that to sponsor about 30, how many people are we looking at this time around going for this tournament? Quickly,
yeah,
Mr.
50
we have
officials, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
sir.
altogether 23 team members going. So per player is going to cost us $1,000 for the visas and the plane ticket to get them to South Africa. So
that sounds moderate.
Yeah.
1,000
Yeah.
for visa and tickets.
So,
That's
and
like
then
$1,000 or max of
Yeah.
30,000. I bet you told me that there is a link.
yes,
where
we have a link. Yeah.
it supports, and I was waiting for that part in a way. Yeah. But tell me about these players, by the way. Have you seen their games?
Oh yeah, we've seen. Well, they played during. They played last.
Playing that earlier. You know, before I cut you earlier.
I spoke to the captain, and he's very receptive. You know, very down to earth, and he has his own story to tell because he was going to play for a team in Nigeria, but he didn't have enough money, and the person that had enough money that they brought in last minute took his place. So, and now he's playing for us, the Yoruba Nation Football Federation, and he's a very good guy. And we had a match last month against South Sudan, and we beat them 3-0. So these boys are not joking; they are ready to play. We just need to, get them on, on the plane, as soon as possible, so they could get to South Africa and start training. Because the earlier the better, so they can focus, they can, build up the momentum, the energy, the whole sporting, enthusiastic energy to, amongst the player, and we just need to support them so they could get to South Africa, ASAP and get ready for the tournament. These boys are good, they are willing to, take things further, and
like they are hungry for something.
Very hungry.
I like that, and it's so moderate. And then the fact that you have, even though time is so short, I don't think $20,000 or $30,000 should be something that should send all of us out of town in a way. We all just, if we all agree that we have passed the stage of talking, we are now doing. Maiyegun's Diary Political, for all of you, I know you are all regular viewers. You are all partaker in some of our own programs here too. So what we do is that I believe in number. I believe in the power of number. Okay, especially if I see something viable like this. So initially, when people don't understand something, they are bound to criticize it. Okay, now that we know better, now I'm going to go to the lady who told me that she's an expert in raising fund. You have started from the just. What's that called again? Let me unmute you, please. 1 second, man. You started with just giving or something. What did you call that?
Just giving, sir. Yes.
Called just giving, right?
Yes.
So tell us about that, because is that the only one you currently probably work with?
Actually,
that we should know about before we go now, because I'm going to throw them open to people now. Go
okay,
on.
and I just want to clarify on the $20,000. That is just for their plane ticket. We also need to feed these boys. We need good coverage. Like you said, the last match was an extremely good match, but the coverage wasn't great because we didn't have money for a professional photographer or videographer. We need this now. If you saw that video, you cry for us because it wasn't good quality. So we need to feed these boys. We need good coverage so we can.
If we are talking about good publicity and then meeting the purpose of why you all are doing this, putting Yoruba in the map, then coverage is actually the real thing here, apart from the welfare and all that of those players, right?
Absolutely. So we have so many other ways you can give. You can sponsor the team directly if you want your name. If you have a business and you want to sponsor the team, you want your name on their jerseys, we have that option. You can also, and it's very affordable. It's very affordable. It's just $650. I think that's £500. How much is that really? To sponsor
$150,000, you can sponsor
well,
a player.
£10,000 if you want your name, the name of your business on the back of the jersey, which is great. And the funny thing is that we're reaching out to big sponsors. We're talking to Puma, we're talking to Adidas, but the time is short. It will really be embarrassing if we cannot get our own Yoruba people. Put your business behind this jersey, so your team can be proud. So we can play that game and people can see your business. It's only £10,000, but if that's a little bit over your budget, you can do £500, and that way we can have the name of your business on the website till the end of the year, so people will know your business. We're going to be streaming this live when the game is playing. Your business logo will also be showing during halftime. We're going to have a lot of entertainment for people to watch while that game is going on, and your business logo will be on there. So you can give through Just Giving. And one thing about Just Giving, you don't have to leave a tip, because sometimes people are like saying, $13 is a big tip. You can actually change that. Put the dollar amount that you want. Change the tip to 0 if you want, so that we can get all the money. We appreciate that. So you can give through Just Giving. You can email us. You can, even if you're a sponsor, you can email us. Uncle Fatai will send you an invoice for your business. If you want to sponsor, let's say you want to say, okay, I want to cover the coverage of this team. You can do that as well. We have so many different options. If you want to cover their sneakers, you can do that as well.
You have a list there. I think you have a piece of paper there.
I do.
All the time you need. If you have a list of what people need to do, because this is what we came to do. Okay. You told us the purpose. You have told us you have, as glorious as many of them sounded. If we have no resources to make them happen, they are just going to remain dreams.
Yes.
So you have a list right there, ma'am. Right? I'll give you the time you need to go over them. Okay, please.
Okay, yes, like I said, we have.
Let me rephrase so that I don't derail you, right?
Okay,
You're
sure.
talking about what people need to do and how can they support different means, different options, and on and on. Take your time, please.
Okay, yes. So you can give through Just Giving. I've talked about that already. You can also support by buying the jerseys for people, for yourself, and I this option because it's very affordable. A jersey is usually maybe 30. Our jersey is £30, right? But you can buy more than one jersey for friends and family. So for instance, somebody wanted to buy 30 jerseys and he wants them to donate it to people in Nigeria from him. You can do that. You can buy a face cap, so don't just buy one, because most jerseys are usually $79. This jersey is only $38. Can you hear me? I'm sorry. It looks like the camera.
We can hear you. No. I decided to put you on the screen.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, don't worry.
What happened is
that I put you on the screen so that people can see you doing the talking. Okay? You won't see us, but everybody's seeing you.
Mr. Maiyegun, I can't hear you, but if you can hear me, I will keep talking, but I can't hear you guys.
Continue.
I'll keep talking.
Yeah,
okay,
please.
So you can buy more than one jersey. You can buy 30 if you want and have it donated to people in Nigeria. You can sponsor by deciding to sponsor their flights if you want. You can sponsor the coach's visa. You can sponsor their hotel. You can say, I want to cover their hotel. I'm a restaurant. I have a Nigerian restaurant, or I have a South African restaurant, and I want to take care of their food. I want to take care of their drinks. I would like, even if you don't have a particular amount that you want to give, you can say, I would like to take care of all their feeding for 2 weeks. I can afford $2,000. We will take it. If you say I can afford $200, we will take it and we will send you a thank you letter. If you say I want to take care of all their soccer kits, their soccer shoes, we will take that too. Nothing is too small and nothing is too big. We are desperately in need of more. Tiju, so we are here to ask your fans. I know you have over 1,000 people on right now. If each and every one of us go on the website and even just donate just £50 alone, we will almost raise half of what we're looking for.
Yeah,
so I don't know if you can hear me because I'm talking here. I can't hear myself, but I can see you guys. Okay, so we will be able to raise, and I encourage all I know your fans are loyal and they are supporters. I've seen what you've done for Chief Sunday Igboho. I've seen what you're doing. I know what you're doing with the Yoruba Rescue Fund. We are very grateful. We know you're good at what you do, and your listeners are loyalists. We encourage you guys to please go on the website ynff.org. Go to the donate part, select donate. Be generous about it. And Olodumare will bless you. You will be in history because this is history in the making. You know, buy a jersey, buy for your kids. I have 4 kids myself. We don't have kids jersey, but you better believe I'll be putting it on top of their whatever they're wearing, and we're going to be watching it live, wearing our jerseys on those days. It's only 30 pounds. Like I said, it's very affordable. Buy for your uncles, buy for people you don't even know. Support your kids because these are our children. I mean, not our children, but these are your kids, and they need your support. They will appreciate it greatly. Thank you so much, Maiyegun.
Thank you. Now we're going to fix this audio. Okay, I'm going to take you out and then back in. Okay, I'll try and fix the audio issue between us. I love that. Talking about reaching out, sir. Elder Fatai, sir. I will mute you. Don't worry, sir. Talking about support and all that. I love this. I actually love this. You see, that's what I tell people all the time. I say, listen, sometimes when you don't understand something, don't criticize it. Sometimes all you need is just a little information that could get you into it. And once you know about it, honestly speaking, you may never stop talking about it, right? So talking about reaching out, sir, I was coming to the part of email when Lady Adedoyin said that we should reach out by email if we want to do personal sponsorship. And then other sponsorship and all of that, then the website and all that. So if you want to make it easier for us, sir, as the convener, because I keep calling you the convener, so what would you say is the easiest way to contact you? Apart from those ones I explained earlier, donate on the platform, go on to Just Giving. I mean, how? Email, what is the email? What is the website for people to reach out apart from other ones here?
Yeah, thank you very much, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
We have so many sources of contact. For instance, if you go to info@ynff.org, or you go to contact us at ynf.org, or you can, before doing Live Tonight, I think the emails that they have, they will definitely bring to your attention so that any of our marketers, they are a very good team, and they have always been very receptive. People have been calling them. And then we have so many sources of contact. And before we leave this forum, I will send you some contact that you are going to actually, use to contact many of us. But before doing that, let me explain to you. There's a bigger thing coming this August or September. What we're having currently is only just a beginning. The Confederation of Independent Football Association, CONIVA, happens to be those football associations that has a parallel dignity with FIFA, although it's for the nations that are actually upcoming. Like we have the Biafra, we have the Matabela land, we have the sports arena, we have the Biafra. So there are so many of them in Africa, but only those teams who can afford to put this together are those that are coming together now to start the African version of the African Cup of Nations CONIVA. However, where our luck is coming is this. The tournament coming up on the 21st and 22nd is supposed to have taken place since last year.
Right.
Because of COVID, it was postponed till May. From May, it was postponed to August, later to September, until they realized that COVID didn't allow for the hosting of the competition. Eventually, being postponed till this May, 1 year after the actual date that it should be holding. So, the real main focus we have now is the World Cup version of it coming up in August or September this year.
Right.
Even the delegates are contemplating now that in order to make this team more popular, being the first time it's coming to Africa, they might be taking the World Cup to Africa to play in order to gather more support in Africa. However, what we are trying to say is this. We may not value what we are doing now until it materializes. How do you want to be part of that history? This is the big question, because Carnival is coming up as being touted within the committee. It might be played in Europe, the World Cup. And this is the first time the African version is coming up. And that's the reason why the passion is so great every part of Africa. People want to see a rival to FIFA. And you can understand where we are coming from when we say that as Yorubas, we want independence. And they are cajoling us, they are humiliating us, they are bullying us. And imagine, we kept this underground for over 9 months now. So if Doyin is now telling you, oh, I know about this only a week ago, she's not lying. But when they see the package, they say, oh my God, this is what we need. This is what we want. This can elevate our agitation. That is why they put all their mind, all their heart into it, because they know what is coming and they've seen the history. They've seen how we have arrived at this junction. It's really a big thing that is coming. So how do you want to be part of that history? Because our focus is the World Cup coming up in August or September this year. And we are registering, by God's grace, Yorubas are going to play in that Carnival World Cup coming. Competition. But can I tell you, I know. When the soup is sweet, let me tell you, God has the husband. He's losing so much from his pocket. Please, let us be practical. This is a Yoruba team for the first time in history. Yoruba flag. I'm excited. Going to the entire world to be seen. He's going to be all our rally strategies. This is going to, because the entire world is going to listen that Yorubas are getting out of the so-called Nigeria that is fake at the moment. Imagine us, whatever concerns Yorubas in Nigeria concerns the entire Yorubas across the world.
That's right.
We have 80 million, go and Google it, 80 million Yorubas in Brazil. They want to come home. They are anxious to come to their roots. They are crying. We talk to them, they say, you ignore us. We said, no, don't worry. We are not ignoring you. It is Nigerianness that is closing both eyes. They have deprived us of our identity, of our history, of our culture. I keep reminding so many of them. I say in those days when we were in Nigeria, you remember Maiyegun, Havana, University of Ife, the concentration of the Yorubas from across the world, from Cuba, from Brazil, from Trinidad and Tobago. You remember when they bring musicians? So that concentration, you can imagine over 350 million Yorubas across the world hearing that Yorubaness is entering the world stage. Yes. Can you imagine what will happen? The entire world is going to be enveloped in a different spirit. We are going to be right inside the next world order that is coming. And that's why God is driving Yorubas to go and lead the black race. Because this time around, we are the light of the entire black race. And that is the mission at the moment. It's a spiritual mission to go and salvage all of us that have been made slaves across the world all along. You can imagine what black people are going through in the entire world. And when we started agitation 2 years ago, I remember the issue of George Floyd. God was ministering to us that thing happened because a salvation period is coming. When the Yorubas has that particular mission, a particular assignment to go and salvage the race called the Yorubas, that George Floyd was a signal that we have that duty to take ourselves out of the doldrum, out of this isolation.
Yeah, let me, because of our time is coming to an end.
Whatever you have, please give it to, let us be a success in this tournament. Please.
We'll get to that. I'm going to quickly go to Mr. Olu. I should have had this before we start in a way. But if either you or elders can just help us drop the just a given link in the comment section. I think I got it earlier, which I'm going to try and find it in a way. So we have just 17 days before the kickoff. Mr. Olu, 17 days before kickoff. One of the things that my friends on Maiyegun's Diary Political always kind of attribute to why they respect this platform is accountability. You guys have been doing without having to sound intruding, because we are not interested in intruding in what you are doing when it comes to your activities per se. But accountability, right, is one thing that, like I said, people love here, which means that if people give in, they will like what they call the follow-up, which means you are also going to be available to give an account of your success and everything you've done at the right time, if I may ask that. So tell me, so far so good, what would you say is the current immediate financial requirement that can at least take us down there? If you have to use a figure, please do, okay? It is for the sake of my listeners. I have brought you here and we are all putting our reputation on the line here, all of us. So, and once we say we are responsible people, we are only responsible not just to ourselves, but to those who are also going to give us their trust. You have earned people's trust already. You have been doing this. You are not doing it alone. We just want larger people to get involved in this regard. So if you have to use a figure that, you know what, here we are, and here we have got to, and this is what will take us there, and it has to happen within so time. I like numbers. If you have to use numbers, please do, Mr. Olu.
Right. Thank you very much, Maiyegun. We desperately need funds. I mean, the players, they should have been there by now, practicing and playing and getting used to the whole arena, the whole football, the stadium, the training and everything. So the figure we're looking for is 50 grand, 50,000 pounds,
okay,
to cover majority of the things. But obviously, as time, we're very short with time. That's why we're asking for people with businesses, individuals that can give, an amount, substantial amount of money. I mean, So I mean, our players, there's 23 players altogether, $1,000 each for the flight and the accommodations and everything, and for the visas, and so we need money. 50 grand is what we need right now to sort out majority of the problems, and to get our players there to make sure they're comfortable, so they can play well and win. So because the thing is, we've seen ourselves now as a Yoruba nation, as a nation, as to why we are participating with other nations. So and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of the whole goodness of Yoruba nation. And we will be joining. There are many other things as well, track and field events that we will be participating in in the near future. But right now, the football is very important, and that's why we clamoring on every young people to get involved. So you have a young people, you have a business, or you have extra cash or income, and you want to donate. You like sports, you can donate. You could go on the Just Giving and donate however much you want to donate. But if you want us to put your business in front of our jersey that our boys will be wearing, and we can do that as well. So you could send me an email. My email is olu.solesi@ynff.org. So you could do that. Send me an email. I'll be glad to respond to your email. So if you want to donate a big amount of money, you can donate. You can donate a big amount of money if you want to. So you could tell us what you want, and we'll do it for you. So 50,000 pounds is what we need to get the players there, and other things as well that we will need the money for. And if you want to support as well, if you think, okay, I might not be able to give 500 pounds or $1,000, you could support and buy the supporters jersey. So you could buy 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you could, share it amongst the people.
They can sponsor a player as well to the tune of 50,000 naira. Is that right?
Marketer for an online platform.
So they could, So each players are $1,000 each to get them there. So they can sponsor. So one person can say, right, I will sponsor 2 players. That's fine. We can do that. And then another one might say, okay, I will take 5 players. Another one might say, I will take 1. So we have different categories, and then big business people, they can say, okay, we want our the name of the company to be in the front of the jersey, so we'll give you this amount of money. So we're prepared to do that and to negotiate, but the time is now. to get involved and support this beautiful movement.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? We are going
Yeah.
to do the Yoruba version of this conversation tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to host.
Mr. Maiyegun, can I answer a question? Can I address the topic? I'm sorry you can't see me because I'm driving, but can I address something that was in the chat, please, if you don't mind?
Sure, a quick one.
Quick one. Because somebody, and this is a concern for a lot of people about, you know, all the expenses that we have. Football, it's a very valid concern. But one thing that we will get from this is the recognition. With all the diplomatic things we are doing in the background that everyone is doing, one of the things we need to get our Yoruba nation is recognition. If 5 countries recognizes us as a Yoruba nation, to hell with America, to hell with UK, we will be accepted into the UN. We will be accepted as a nation. We need recognition. How are people going to recognize us if they don't know us? You know, once the people start seeing us, when you go to your congressman or you go to people in parliament, that, oh, there are people called Yoruba people, Yoruba nation. They want their own recognition. They want to be recognized as a nation. Do you think they won't listen? They will. So if we can get 5 nations to recognize us alone, we are a nation. And plus everything else that we're doing, this is the easiest way for us to get recognition. People will see us, they will start Googling us, they will see the atrocities that is going on that Nigeria is not talking about. So this is a good distraction. Yes, we have a lot of money to raise. We have a lot to do in the long run. But this is an important distraction that we need as a Yoruba nation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Like I said, sir, what I'm going to do is that the link and all of that, do me a favor. This broadcast is being streamed on Facebook as well, okay? So after the broadcast, take your time and just go to the comment section and drop those contacts that you sent to me. I try to send them right now, but it's not going to let me do. I'm going to do same as well.
I've put the link for the Just Giving in the chat room now, so people could.
Elder,
share it.
Share your version broadcast here, Lola, are very important.
Okay.
So and then, like I said, this is what we can do. When people are going to call in and going to ask questions. Definitely. On Maiyegun Story Political, people ask questions a lot. And because I know my friends, that's why I said that if we see the organizers who can answer questions, right? Of course, we'll give our support because not everybody is going to give their support right away, yeah? Or majority will give more support. Everything is not money, as they say, but people can help us give this publicity that we need and get us there in time. So, sir, what would you just give us your closing remark? Because this is the closing part of the program tonight, as our time is completely gone, sir. So in 2 minutes, if you don't mind, what would you say is the parting message for everyone listening to you tonight, based on what we have discussed so far, sir?
Yeah, thank you very much, Maiyegun. I just want to call on everyone watching us tonight that we have a mission as Yoruba people, and that is to come to the world and better the world. And that's the reason why you see us being so good-natured, being loving, being so accessible by everyone. That's why we litter the entire world. Who will have known that Yorubas form the biggest race in the entire world that is building the entire world now? Europe, America, Asia, we litter everywhere. Even we are the biggest, I can say we are the biggest movers and shakers in the entire world now. In every aspect of life, in technology, in everything. And let me ask you, how many Yoruba boys have you seen in the national team? That goes to show you the extent to which we've been so sidelined as a people. Now, going to what Doyin was talking about earlier on, for the first time in history, we want to prove to the world that we are no mediocres. We are leaders. We are people who should be even educating the entire world as we are doing. Even we educate the world now, we are learning the world in culture and everything now. But the Nigerianness has covered that glory. More or less, Nigeria is using Yoruba glory, using the Biafra glory to make a name. So let us carry that thing and let us be part of this so that we can erase the bad impression that Nigeria is bad. We Yorubas are not bad. We are Omoluabis. We are born to be leaders. We are born to be good inspiration to every other race, to every other people. But that glory for a very long time has been buried. We are exhuming that glory now, and you have to be part of this history when we are going to the world to tell the world that, yeah, the time is now for us to have our independence and our sovereign nation, which is now going to be part of the next world order by the special grace of God. Please, let us actually be part of this. You might be thinking that it's a joke, but already we are getting there. Before you know it, be part of that history. Be part of that history. Whatever you can do to lift us up, to allow these boys to achieve that dream of bringing Yoruba to the world map, please do. Every penny counts as we are speaking. We have less than 34 days to depart, and yet we are still struggling. Please help us. We'll
speak more tomorrow. Part of the question that people want me to ask you is that how much do you already have going forward? But our time is gone. We'll do all of that tomorrow when we talk.
By God's grace.
Be prepared because tomorrow people will call in. And I'm going to dedicate, not just to Konefa. Tomorrow is the time I want to speak. I want to present in Yoruba. And because I'm going to be presenting in Yoruba tomorrow, it will just be the second version of this conversation. Okay. So you will be on and people are going to ask you questions, sir. Oh,
anytime we are ready.
I'm going to ask you questions. So get ready. To everybody, get prepared. To the missus, I know we've been having trouble and you have to possibly be multitasking now. You see why I love women? If they're interested in something, they are interested in that thing. So I'm going to say thank you to every one of you and the person who made this happen as well, okay? Your time with me tonight is interesting. I've learned a lot about the Conifer. I bet that many of our people will learn more tomorrow. You all have a good night, okay? Bye-bye.
Thank you, my brother. Love you.
Thank you very much, Maiyegun, for giving us the opportunity. Yes. Thank you.
Thanks. So there we go. And to my friends all over the place, I want to say thank you for spending your time with me again tonight. Like I said, on Maiyegun's Diary Political, we have a chance of allowing everybody to hear their view. If you have an idea, you can share it here. Nothing sounds stupid to us, especially if you are bold enough to share that with us. If you can explain it, you might likely have a fan or fans to your idea. It is a platform where don't hold it back. Don't think that, oh, that may sound stupid. No. Sometimes I also say things here, and I ask people, wait, I've been talking since, so you know, they talk nonsense, sha. Make I not sound confident in nonsense. So, and my friend will say, no, Maiyegun, you are not talking nonsense. Continue, Maiyegun. So don't be afraid to share your mind, and we are not afraid to listen to you. And we are not also afraid to support you. So talking about Yoruba Nation and Yoruba Fest, I want to tell you on the Temple of Truth, we have released this month's welfare package to Alano. But due to the in-house rearrangement and the reshuffling, as well as our planned, our planned project for May, publicity here and there, Igbo's welfare and others, we have cut down what we gave. So I gave out 500,000 naira, which is 500,000 this month for the welfare from our money. Again, we'll have another time that we're going to share together where we're going to talk more on this as well, okay? So thank you to every one of you who spent your time with me tonight. Don't leave without dropping your offerings. Imagine all of you, more than 2,000 of you at some point. We only have about 600 of you who drop their offerings. Come on. If you are not really, or maybe if you are just joining us as well, remember, you can actually watch this broadcast from the beginning. If you don't like this video on YouTube, for example, if you don't like it, if you don't share it, it's never going to get engaged with. It's never going to get out there. And that's the least you can do. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. And when I see you again, we will continue from where we are stopping. Good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Presido bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Ayé ìṣúra.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Ayé ìṣúra.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Ayé ìṣúra.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Ayé ìṣúra.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ayé ẹ̀súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé ibi oníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o ákàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì o. Ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.